So welcome along to Tuesday evening or late afternoon yoga online. Nearly the end of April the 28th, I think. I've got a daughter who's counting down how many days to the end of April because it's her birthday on May 13th. So naturally she's very excited about how many days it is to her birthday. Here's Yvonne. So as I say, coming into a position on your knees and we'll start into the pose of the child for Yvonne to get. And just settle in, resting your head into the back of the hands, or if you prefer, you can take the arms behind. And really just start to slow with your breath, calm with your mind. Try and bring your awareness to the here and the now. Be as present as you can on your mat. Trying to avoid any distractions that do come our way. We're practicing a pratyahara, a removal of the senses. So for me, I find when people come into my yoga practice, it can be a little disturbing. It's usually my miniature people. But I just practice my removal of the sound from any disturbances, the smells from the cooking or whatever it is that's going to distract us and take us away from our present moment. Then we're using our pratyahara. We are trying to stay incredibly focused on the here and the now. So lengthening your arms out now into your extended child and just reach up onto your fingertips, lengthening forward into your knuckles, extending back through the tailbone and feeling that expansion open all the way through your arms, across the shoulders, down through the rib cage and all the way down the spine as you sink that weight back towards your heels. Keeping the head just resting neutrally between the arms. And just soften the palms back down to the floor. We're going to inhale up with the upper body a little bit and walk our hands around to the left. So taking your arms as far around to the left as you feel comfortable. If you need to lift up with the upper body and then lay yourself over the left thigh, that's fine. And then just keeping your arms shoulder width apart, arms about the same distance apart as your shoulders. And then encourage the sit bones back towards your heels again, expanding into the right side of the rib cage, breathing. And then slowly on the inhale, lifting up again through the upper body, walking the hands back to center. And then exhale, walking them round to the right. So again, lifting the stomach up and over the thigh, and then expand the arms over to the right as you sink the sit bones back and expand into the left side of the back. On the inhale, inhale up, walk the hands back and spread the hands nice and wide. Inhale up onto all fours, tucking your toes, raising up into the downward dog, lengthening upwards nice and slowly into the back of the legs, and then just walk the heels. So this may be the first time you've had a stretch out for today, so just gently take the opportunity to really lengthen back through into the calves, behind the knees, expanding the tailbone as high up to the sky as you can. Breathing deeply. And then from there, raising up onto the toes, resting down onto your knees, coming forward with your chest and slowly slide forward and through and lift yourself up onto your forearms. So soften into the shoulders. So this time we're gently going to draw the legs together. So slide the legs in towards each other as best you can. Keep the soles of the feet up to the sky. Soften down with your shoulders. Feel as if the shoulder blades and that scapula is really drawing in towards each other. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Gaze forward and beyond your mat. And then just slowly soften and release. Relax into the legs. Hands come under the shoulders, elbows close at the ribcage. Inhale, gently draw back into the extended child's pose. So lengthen all the way back. Taking the left hand down behind your left foot. Extend and reach up into the right arm as you lengthen down through the left. And then soften and release, swap it over. Left arm up, right arm down. Extend up through the left, down into the right. And then just soften as you release. Bring the right arm back up. Inhale up onto all fours. So bringing your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Extend back through your right leg as you gently draw upwards through your eyes. So the right leg is about your hip height. Eyes draw forward. And then exhale, tuck in with your knee, tuck in with your chin. Inhale the leg and eyes away. Exhale, tuck it in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you wish to work into the lion breath to really strengthen into the throat, we can open with the mouth and extend our tongue out towards the knee. Strengthening the vocal cords, massaging the thorax. Strengthening into the spine, the abdominal muscles. One more time. Resting with that knee to the floor, keeping your knees together, and we're going to lower our hips side to side, draw the belly button in, we'll come over to the left side shortly. So just gently going from side to side as we gently lower the hips down, the opposite hand may come off the mat, that's okay. Gently over to the other. We're drawing upwards, really focusing on this core strength. I've had a bit of an achy back today, and one thing I've thought about was my weak abs. And I missed Wendy's Pilates last night. I have such strong core. So maybe we're in for a little bit of core work. You're all saying, no, we did Pilates. So slowly, gently going from side to side, one more to either side. As you lift back up. And so again, bringing the shoulders, knees under the hips, lengthen the left leg away, extend it out about your hip height as the eyes draw up, and exhale, tuck in with the chin, in with the knee. So extend away, exhale in. Let's work the lion breath if you wish. Opening the mouth, sticking the tongue out, sighing that breath out.
Some information.
Let's just do two more. And release that knee down. Taking your knees wide, we're just going to take a pause because that can be a bit warming for us, a bit dizzying sometimes. Sitting the buttocks back with your knees wide, allow the belly to hang between your thighs and just fold over with your forearms. Rest your head onto the back of the hands and just feel that space open and expand and through your hips, your buttocks. And then from there, just slowly drawing back up onto all fours, gently lengthening up. This time you're going to bring your hands about one hand distance further forward than your shoulders. Your knees are directly under your hips, and we're just taking a circular motion with our buttocks and our hips, doesn't matter which direction, gently rotating around, making a circle with your buttocks, and then gradually getting a little bit bigger with each rotation. So bringing our weight forward over the hands and back towards the heels as we get broader, wider, stronger. Breathe. Remember to use the weight of your body over the whole hand, not just the heel of the hand. To be soft through your shoulders, through your facial muscles, anywhere you feel you're gaining a little bit of the extra tension, just breathe into it. And we'll come back to center and go into the other direction just when we're ready. So just gently circling around. That's it. Small direction and then gradually getting just a little bit bigger. So you may start to feel a little bit of work coming into your core.
Grinding the bones.
And then gently, when you're ready, we'll come back to center. Bringing the knees forward. Bring the knees towards each other, sitting back onto your heels, taking your hands around. We're going into our rabbit. So we're going to bring our fingertips to the insides of our feet, holding around either the heels or the arches of your feet, depending on how long and stretchy you are with your arms. Your face is going to hug towards your knees, and the top of the head towards the back, and then gently raising up into your hips. As you lengthen into the arms, breathe and hold it here. And slowly lower back down in your own space and just return to a normal child's pose. So maybe your knees are a little bit further apart and just rest forehead onto the knees. Forehead onto the hands. So when you're ready, after you've had your breather, I need water, it's hot in here. Lengthening forward into your arms. Slowly coming back up onto your toes. We're going up into our downward dog, but we're going to pause with our knees bent. So tuck your toes under, sit that weight back towards your heels, lift your knees an inch or so off the mat. So it's not far. Soften into your shoulders, your elbows. Hold with the knees only an inch or two off the mat. And then slowly as you can, start to lift into the back of the knees, back of the legs, gently drawing them up into your Adho Mukha Shavasana, your downward dog. Lengthening into this position as best you can. Sinking those heels back towards the floor as best you can. Now, if your heels are miles off the floor, then don't panic at all. What we're going to do is we're going to lift up onto the toes and then slowly sink our heels back to the floor, being aware of the arches in the feet, seeing if we can avoid any creases into the insides of the ankles. I'm sure you're saying, what? Don't be so ridiculous. But if you just do it slowly, you may find there's a point at which you can just hold it with as minimal amount of creases as possible. Lengthening into the back of the knees, lengthening the sit bones up to the sky, so expanding into the thighs, encouraging the thighs away from the body as the chest sinks in towards the thighs, belly button draws in. And then gently from here, lifting up onto the toes again, down onto your knees. We're going to come down onto our forearms and toes. So let's just lift up onto our toes. So a nice strong, can you see me here? I'm not sure where my camera's positioned today. Nice strong press up position, belly button is in. Now, if you tire, strong Pilates ladies, so there's no chance of that, but if you do, you can come down onto your knees. It's just a really subtle move from your toes down to your knees. So we're going to stay up onto the toes if you can. Then we're just going to drop one knee to the floor and bring it back up. Alternate to the other side. Drop the knee down and back up. So if you're on the knees already, you could just lift one leg and back down. Lift the other leg and back down. Okay? Just keep this going. Just breathe nice and slowly. Lowering knee, back up. Knee, back up. Breathe. Especially if you've noticed you're holding your breath. Keep alternating. And it's your lucky day. My arms are tired. So just slowly from here, release to the floor, belly down, toes, soles of the feet up to the sky, and just come and rest down onto your front. Turn your cheek to the mat and arms down by your side. Just wiggle those hips from side to Good. Just pause and rest and breathe. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders. Hands under the shoulders. Goodness gracious. Hands forward, so your hands now under your chin. Arms and elbows out to the sides. Arms are bent, elbows out to the side. Let's draw the legs together again like we did before. We're going to squeeze down through the legs, through the thighs, the buttocks, and then just slowly from here, lift up with your upper body. Now, it may be a matter of a few mils. It may be a little bit higher. Please don't force it. Just listen to the back. See how you're feeling. See if you can draw the shoulders down from the ears. Keep the neck nice and long. Breathe, hold, and balance. And then slowly release. Lower back down. Take your arms down by your side. Turn the other cheek into the mat. And just rest. So this time bring your head back to center. We are going to bring the hands this time under our shoulders. So elbows are close to our rib cage this time. So the legs are still together, as close together as they can be. We're going to draw down into the tops of the feet. So the soles of the feet are pointing up to the sky. Legs are together, and then gently squeezing through the thighs, the buttocks. We're going to start lifting up with the upper body and then using our hands to gently draw ourselves up a little bit high. Keep those shoulders down, elbows in at the sides of the body. Draw the belly button in. See if you can lift up just a little bit higher using the strength in the upper arm into the triceps. Breathe. Working nice and strong. See if you can hold it for a few more breaths. And then gently lower yourself back down. Beautiful. From there, let's push ourselves back to our child's pose. So just gently, head stays low, hips go high, slide ourselves back and rest into the pose of the child, curling around. When you're ready, just gently lift yourself up, upper body comes up, you're up into kneeling. So let's gently come on up. We haven't done our gate pose for a while, and I thought about that today with a little bit of our core strength. So I'm going to turn to the side of my mat. You may like to do the same, because it would be ideal if we could put one leg out to the side so it's got a little bit of grip into the sticky mat. If you're just on carpet, that's okay. Just watch that you don't slide too much out to the side. So I've taken my right leg out. It's okay if you're doing the opposite. It would be ideal actually if you do the right. If you can do the right, that'd be good. I'm balancing on my left leg. So I'm up nice and tall, balancing on my left leg, and the left leg is directly under my left hip. The right leg is out. I've turned my toes forward to the side of the mat, so I've angled out with my heel. Arms are down by your side. So gently draw inwards through the belly button, draw down through the tailbone, relax into the arms, and we're just going to gently slide from side to side. So over to the right, and then inhale up, and gently exhale over to the right. Now you may like to just gently touch those fingertips to the mat, and then inhale up, and over to the right. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Let's add the arms in for a little bit of extra strength if you wish. You can take the arm over and be fluid. Inhale up and exhale over. Inhale and exhale. So what I'd like you to do as best you can, avoid really pushing yourself off the floor with your hand. See if you can use the sides of the ribs or through the core to lift yourself up. So it's a inhale, lift up, and exhale over. We're going to hold it over to our left-hand side. The next time you go to the left, bring your left arm all the way over. Let's extend and reach up with that left arm as best you can. So you're really feeling as if somebody's lifting that arm up and out of the socket, and then just soften the shoulder back down. So you feel like somebody's holding on, reaching it out, and then gently draw it back and down. Feel as if you've got that length still though, and that right arm lengthening over, and imagine that it's gone all the way down through that arm, all the way down through your hips to that right leg. If you wish for a little bit of extra strength, draw your belly button in, raise that left arm up. So it's parallel to the right, breathing, breathing. And then from there, we'll inhale up, and then just float the arms down. Let's swap over to the other side. So the right knee is down this time. I'll come a little further forward. The left leg is out to the side. Nice. Arms down. Let's just gently go to the left. So you know the setup. The toes are pointing to the side. You're directly over that right leg. Gently turning from side to side. Add the arms as and when you are ready. See if you can be soft through your shoulders. Inhale up and exhale over. I have to say, aren't those autumnal colours just divine at the moment? We've had such a beautiful autumn. We went for a ride through the forest yesterday and it was just glorious. It was so pretty. Inhale, exhale. I keep looking out my windows and seeing all the fading sunlight, the end of the day, just glistening onto those golden leaves. So one last time, we'll inhale up and over to the left and then hold it over to the right. So all the way over to the arm to the right, left arm lengthens over. Let's start by reaching up, expanding and lengthening out of that socket of the shoulder and then just releasing it down. So you can get that imaginary line from the left fingertips down to the left leg. And here's where you can choose to add the strength in, draw the belly button in, raise through that right arm that's parallel to the left. Listen to my voice go all squeaky and strained. Breathing. And then slowly, when you're ready, we'll inhale up. And float the arms down. Good. Let's come back around into the pose of the child and just breathe. Just sit and breathe. That might be quite strong through the hips for some. Through the back, maybe through the core. So just settle in and breathe. Let's extend into the arms and gently round as you come up onto all fours, just rounding into the spine. So round and curl inwards before you just release through the tailbone, each and every vertebrae, and arch into the back, the other direction. Perfect. So just one more time, rounding into the spine, and then just release, curling forward and through. And then from there, we're just neutral with the spine. So draw the belly button in, tuck your toes and sit the buttocks back towards your heels. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Let's make sure that every toe is spread out. So we're really activating through the soles of the feet. Now keeping your hands either into the mat for comfort, especially through the feet, or if you like, you can take your hands off the floor and sit yourself up a little higher. So now we're really activating through the soles of the feet. Let's just focus on the hands for a minute. So interlock your fingers, roll around through your wrists. Into the other direction. Doesn't this feel good? I like this one. I don't really, but it's a good distraction. Shake out through your wrists. Let's bring the hands onto the lower back. Draw forward through the upper body, through your chest, your shoulders. Shoulders are down, elbows draw back, open into the frontal spine. And then at this point, you're probably ready to sing a few hallelujahs through your toes. So just gently coming back down. Bring your fingers back down to the mat. Breathe. Let's lift our knees from the floor. Coming up onto your toes. We're going to reach our arms out, shoulder height. Soften into the shoulders. Draw your belly button in. We're going to raise up into standing. as slowly as you can, keeping your heels off the mat so you're coming up onto your toes. And then as we lower back down, we're going to lower onto the heels, bring the arms down, tuck in with your chin, and roll forward and down. So soft into the knees, soft into the upper body, and just hang. Feel that space open up through the back of the legs. Breathing deeply. Good, good, good. Holding onto your elbows and encourage the upper body to draw further down. Let's take a little bit of a twist. So bringing the hands around, keep holding onto the elbows. You're just swinging the arms from one side of your leg around to the other. We're going to expand on the twist. So you're going to let go with the hands and then come back to center. Take your fingertips towards the floor in front of your feet. Now bend your knees as much as you need to get your fingertips down to the floor. We're going to take our right hand to the outside of the left foot. So bend your knees as much as you need. We're then going to take that left hand towards our left hip. Let's open up as much as you can through that left shoulder, through the front side of your spine, expanding the chest out to the left, keeping the left hand to the hip, or if you wish, you can extend it up to the sky. Let's really see if we can lengthen evenly through both legs. And then just slowly soften and fold forward and down. Bring the fingertips back to the front of the feet and breathe. Take the left hand to the outside of your right leg. And then take that right hand to your hip, right hip. Open and expand out to the right with your chest. And then lengthen up with your right arm if you choose. Breathe. And then just gently float back down. Taking the fingertips back to the floor, just in front of the knees. Walking your fingertips back towards the toes just a little, so they're right in front of the feet. You almost could rest your hands on the toes. And just gently encourage the upper body forward and down. It doesn't matter how bent your knees are at this point. And then just slowly rest with your hands taken from the mat and roll back up through your spine. Curling nice and slowly, rolling all the way, gently rolling up, coming up to stand. So we're going to move into our Trikonasana, our triangle pose. So we'll start with our left side. So we'll step our left foot back about a good 3 feet, maybe 4 feet wide. We're going to keep that right toe forward to the front of the mat. You're going to open the left toes out at about 30 degrees. As you open out to the left with your hips, arms out to your shoulder height, soften through the shoulders. Just lift and expand through the frontal spine, but soften down with your shoulders. Lengthen, elongate into the neck. And then from there, we're hinging at our hips as we reach over to the right. And then lower down with that right arm as you extend your left arm to the sky. Now, any injuries, remember, just to keep that left hand down. Left arm is up otherwise. Now, I haven't come down too far because I know that if I come a little further, I might compromise my position by taking the hips back and the chest forward. So if you can, see if you can really keep the buttocks and the hips right underneath your body as you gently allow your gaze to look upward if it's comfortable, otherwise forward, and just breathe. If you're holding your breath, do ask yourself, what is this for? The pools are not open. I am not in water. So keep breathing. And the more you breathe, the more you may find you can lengthen down just a little further and gain a little bit of extra space into that right inner thigh, down through the left side of the body. Beautiful. We're going to bring this left arm forward. So you're going to bring it over the head And then from there, we're going to bring the right arm up so that you're now parallel with your arms, drawing that belly button in. Good, good, good. And then from here, we're going to roll with the upper body and your chest so it's now facing forward over your mat. So soften a little bit into that front right leg. Bring your hands down towards your thigh, knee or shin, and just soften with the shoulders. We're going to need to step our left foot in so that the toes are facing forward. Doesn't have to be exactly forward, but even if it's just out at about 10 degrees, not so wide out to the side. We're going to think about focusing on taking that right side of our buttocks back. So we're actually going to straighten into that right front leg. Now, if you do have your hands onto your knee, just watch that you don't push your right knee back too far so that the leg locks. Just keep it a little bit soft. So I sometimes choose to go with my thigh or my shin with my hands. And then focus on taking that right side of your buttocks back. The left hip gently draws forward. And then at this point, this might be enough for you. But if you wish to come a little bit lower, just bring that upper body further forward. You may be able to reach the floor or just bring your hands down your leg. Soften into the shoulders and then just encourage the head towards the knee. Breathe. And then from there, soften with that right knee, soften it as much as you need to. So now bring your weight forward over the right leg and step your left foot together to the right, folding forward into your upper body, relax forward and down into your arms. Pause and hang here just for a moment. And then just slowly, when you're ready, roll yourself all the way back up to standing. Just come on up.
Peak. Oh.
We're going to come down onto the floor after this side. So now take that right leg back. I heard the huff and the puff. Left foot is forward, right leg is back. Maybe I'll turn around and do it this way. So the left foot is forward, right leg is back. We're going to open the hips out to the right. Arms are at your shoulder height and just soften down into those shoulders. You're looking over your left extended arm. Knees are a little bit soft, but we are straight into the legs. Lengthen over to the left, reach over, lower down with that left arm, reach up with your right, soften into your shoulder and breathe. Think about all those things that need to just gently make your triangle pose, your Trikonasana, just that much better. So you're tucking in with the tailbone, almost as if you're allowing that upper body to lengthen back just a smidge. It might only be a little subtle movement. And then just gently ease yourself down if it feels right. Continue to reach up and lengthen upwards with your right arm, gazing forward or upwards towards the extended arm. And then slowly from there, just pause and breathe. We're going to take that right arm over towards the ear. Draw your belly button in and join the left arm to come up to meet parallel with your left arm. Beautiful, keep breathing. And then from there, we're going to rotate with the upper body so that it now faces over that left leg. And you're going to slowly bring the hands down towards your thigh, knee or shin. Turn the toes of that right foot forward. If you want to step in just a little bit, you can. I might bring myself back around again. So you're going to now focus on bringing that left side of your buttocks back and the right hips forward. So it's just that gentle draw back through the left, keeping that left leg straight. Hands are down the leg, wherever you feel most likely to reach or however comfortable it is for you. And then if you have it in you, you can reach the hands forward or further down the leg, focusing on taking that knee and thigh as far back up towards the sit bone as you can, as you gently draw forward. And just gently allow the upper body to release down. And then from there, just lifting up with your head just a little, bending into that left knee, bringing weight onto that left foot and stepping in with your right foot. Coming again into your forward fold, just relax and dangle. And if you like this time, you may want to really bend into your knees so that you can rest your upper body over the thighs. And just hang. And then from there, we're going to find ourselves down onto the mat, face down. So just gently lower yourself down onto all fours. Take your legs a little bit further back and come and lay yourself down onto your belly. And just take your cheek into the mat, rest your arms down by your side. And diligent husband, the correct yes. So you can make a little bit of noise in the background if you like, but only for about 10 minutes. We'll do some prep if you like. So we're back under with our elbows under our shoulders. You've lifted up with your upper body. Your hands are going to draw down onto the mat. So we're not using our hands together, the hands are down onto the mat. We're going to lift up onto those knees, a bit like we did before, and then tuck under with our toes and lift up onto the toes. The easier option again is with our knees to the mat. Let's take our left leg off the floor, maybe just by taking the foot off the mat, the toes off the mat, so you don't need to lift that left leg any higher. We're going to take it out to the side, maybe only about 30 centimetres out to the side, and then bring it back in. Out to the side, and bring it back in. Let's do it again. And last time. Take the left foot back down. Just pause. So you can do this on the knees. You can. Being on your knees, taking the left knee off. You're ready, and we'll take it out to the side. So let's take the right leg out to the side. Right leg out to the side and back in. And then out to the side and back in. And back. Let's rest onto the belly. Turn with the cheek into the mat. And let it rest. Please excuse the chef noise. So
Right, chefs have to make a little bit of noise, okay?
turning onto your side. Let's turn onto our right side. Bringing our right elbow directly under our shoulder. Okay, so the right elbow is directly under the shoulder. Our body is out nice and straight as you can. We're going to lift ourselves up either onto our knees or onto the sides of our right foot. And then extend upwards with our left arm. You can keep it here onto the mat for a bit of balance, but you can take that left arm up if you choose. Let's think about really lifting up with that hip, creating a little bit of strength into the core. Breathe. Let's take that left leg up if you wish, forming a star. And then slowly lower down with that top leg, and then lower down with the upper body. Spin yourself around onto your left side. So I'll turn around on my mat so you can see. So the left shoulder is now being supported with the left elbow. Body is out nice and long. And then when you're ready, we're going to gently draw up either onto the knees or onto the side of that left foot. You can raise that right arm up. Lift upwards with that hip as best you can. Breathe. Raising up with that right leg if you choose.
Oh, I
It. I like it. And then slowly lowering down and then lowering back down. And when you're ready, we'll come onto our back. So just resting yourself onto your back. Look to the side, you're on your back. Something come up on my screen, just check. On your back, listen to me puffing, see? You'll all be puffing too, I'm sure. Let's bring our knees towards our chest. Let's gently drawing the knees in. Let's focus on a little bit of space into the back first. So we're going to take the arms out to the side, shoulder height. Let's keep our knees drawn in towards our chest. And we're just going to gently take our knees from side to side. So the knees are quite close to the chest to begin. So knees go from side up to center and over to the other side. Let's just get that mobility through the back. Should we play a game? See what yoga instructor's having for dinner. Something like
just chopped up something, I'm grating something.
We've had chopped something, grating something. So let's lift those knees away from the chest a little more and the heels away from the buttocks. And let's just increase a little bit of core strength as we turn our head in the opposite direction to the knees. Inhale up, exhale over. And let's lengthen out the legs as much as you like to create as much strength as you need for your core. Okay, so just slowly when you're ready, we'll leave our legs all the way over to the right hand side. So just the next time they're going over to the right, leave them down to the right hand side. So just gently taking them down. Allow the eyes to turn to the left. And we're now going to just, please be quiet, Chef. Soften through the knees towards the floor. Using your hand onto the knees as you just gently draw them down to the mat. Even lifting that top left leg above that bottom right leg if you wish. So just gently draw them down. Breathing. Melting. Just release with the hand from the knees. Gently drawing those knees back up to center. So using the strength in your core to gently draw yourself up. And then gently take those knees over to the left. So again, soften through your shoulders. Allow the eyes to turn to the right. Bringing the left hand onto the knees and just gently drawing them down. When you're ready, just let go with that left hand from the knees. Gently draw those legs back up to center. You're back on your back, one hand atop each knee, and just gently draw them in towards your chin and out towards the spine. And then just slowly taking the feet to the floor. Place the soles of the feet together and just pause by taking the knees apart. Rest with your arms down by your side. Just observe how the body is feeling. We're going to do a little bit more core strength. Sorry for those who went to Pilates last night. So just enjoy the rest for the moment with your arms out to the side. Space, just gently draw your knees back up to center. Have your feet hip width apart, tucking in with your chin, tilting up with your pelvis, so flattening out through that small of your back. We're going to take our right foot from the floor, so an inch or so off the mat. We're going to lengthen out the right leg along your mat, just off the mat, and then slowly raise it up to center, so it's up 90 degrees, and then slowly lower it back down, and then bend it back in, off the mat, down to the mat. Simple. Left leg, take it off the mat, slowly straighten it out along the mat, raise it up to 90 degrees, up to the sky, slowly lower it back down, and then bend the knee back in, and foot to the floor. That's the process. We're going to make it a little bit stronger for those who wish, but let's start one more time. Right foot off, extend it out, raise it up, exhale it down, inhale the knee in, foot to the floor. Left foot off, exhale it out, inhale it up, exhale it down, inhale it in, foot to the floor. Let's work stronger now. Let's take both feet off the mat, and let's again just try with one leg. So take the right leg out, inhale it up, exhale it down, inhale it in, left leg, exhale it out, inhale it up, exhale it down. Now continue doing this either with the feet to the mat, feet off the mat, or if after this round you're so practiced at your Pilates that you do wish to do it at the next level. And the next level would be both legs. So if you wish, you can take both legs out. Both legs up, both legs down, both knees in, both legs out, both legs up, both legs down, both legs up. Whatever level that you...
Dafty dog. I got cramp. Oh, he's got a smorgasbord of dinner.
What, can you see him? Oh, no. Have you got a chef cooking as well?
Oh, no, that was the dog coming in to say hello.
Oh. So let's just aim for one or two more, depending on where you're at, obviously with both legs or singles. And then come back and rest. Take the feet to the floor. Let's lengthen out with your legs one at a time. And bend up into your arms. Create as much space as you can, all the way up through your arms, down through the torso and into the legs. Could Chef leave this just for a few minutes or not really?
Yeah.
And just sigh the breath out. Bring the arms up over the head and down by your side. Just bend into your knees again. Gently draw those knees in towards your body. Open each knee out as wide as you feel comfortable. And then flip the soles of the feet up to the sky, holding around your ankles or calves, and just gently tucking in with those knees right in towards your armpits. And then just gently allow yourself to rock from side to side. Really expand and massage in through the lower back, through your pelvis, into the kidneys, and perhaps into the belly, digestive tract. Coming back to center. Gently bring the soles of the feet together and expand those knees out to the side. See if you can draw those heels as close in towards your pelvis as you feel comfortable. Tucking in with your chin and using your elbows or your forearms to gently draw the knees away from you. Breathe. And then just from there, we'll let go with the hands from the feet. Bring the knees back into center. Wrap the arms around the knees, squeezing the knees in as tightly as you can. And then just slowly releasing by taking the feet to the floor and resting your arms down by your side. So at this point, I'd like you to get into a position in which feels right for you, whether it's knees bent or legs outstretched, just for another few moments. And we'll just finish with a wee squeeze and release. So I'm going to lengthen out with my legs one at a time and just rest in full corpse pose. So close in with your eyes. Make any adjustments that you need to through your body. The way you're resting, ensure that you're even across those shoulders, down into the hips. And observe what's happening for you as you calm through your mind, your body, through the breathing rate, the heart rate. We're going to squeeze through one side of our body at a time. So let's raise up into your right arm, up above your head and in contact with the floor. Let's lengthen down through that right leg and squeeze into the toes of that right foot as you extend and reach up into the right arm, lengthening all the way from the right toes through the calves, the knee, the thigh, the buttocks, through the rib cage, torso, armpit, and arm and fingers, reaching and lengthening, squeezing through the entire right side of the body. And then sigh the breath out. Just bring that right arm back down by your side. Fingers and toes are soft. And then when you're ready, we'll reach up into that left arm. Create as much space now as you can through the left side of the body. So draw down through the left toes, the ankle, the calf, the knee, the thigh, all the way through the hips, the ribs, the armpit, the arm, the fingertips of that left side of your body only. Extend and lengthen into the left. And then sigh the breath out. Bring that left arm back over your head and down by your side. And just make any adjustments through your body or through your clothing that you need to, so that you can rest and be warm. And just allow that body to completely melt into the mat and the earth beneath. Focusing only on the way the earth is supporting you, the way the breath is flowing in and out of your body, and the weight of the body, the skin, how it feels on the bones. Becoming aware of all those sensations. Just allowing that body to soften and rest. quietly from there, just gently bring awareness back to the here and the now. As you start to reawaken through the mind and the body, gently moving whatever part of your body most needs to move. Rotating the ankles, the wrists, the head, and then bringing yourself from either a stretched or lengthened out position to a curled and formed one. Quietly curling onto your side. And then gently drawing yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Well, thank you so much again for joining me today. I'm pleased that it's been a beautiful day, and maybe we need to have another daytime outside one if it's so warm this week. But thank you all very much, everyone. Have a beautiful evening. I look forward to seeing you again. Namaste.
Thanks, Olivia. That was great.
Thank you.